Hello everyone, my name is Feed Alligators and welcome to another video. And today I wanted to go a little off topic than what I normally do and do a class setup video. And with that, we were going to make the M16 as Vietnam realistic as possible. But before we get into that, make sure to subscribe to the channel to see more Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War content. Now, for those of you who are unaware for some reason and clicked on this video without knowing, yes, the M16 was used extensively in Vietnam. I believe after 1967 is when it was put into official use. However, the A1 variant is not the one that was in the game. The A1 variant is actually full auto, and same with the A2, but the A3 and A4 are the ones that are burst fire. Now, personally, I am a history buff. I am big into history and stuff like that, but I'm not going to rant on about the history of the M16, but I'm just going to get more into the class setup. So I decided to more go in for the A4 variant instead of the A3 because the A4 has more attachments and also just add some cool Vietnam-esque things. So for this class setup, we're going to want the infantry compensator, the jungle style mags, and the jungle grip. And also I decided it's not showing up on this because every single time I play a game and then exit out, it doesn't show the camo, but I did decide to also put on a camo that looks like a jungle. All in all, this is a very cool class setup as well because it gives you faster reloads, better horizontal recoil control, and a couple other things. Now to make this more realistic as well, I put the secondary as the 1911, I put a smoke grenade as the tactical, a frag as the lethal, and also some more equipment. I put the one that gives you more ammo. I also put a couple perks that are good, and perk read as well so that we can have more of those. Now, the reason I put on the infantry is the difference between the A3 and the A4 is they're both the burst fire ones, but the A4 actually came with a compensator to help recoil that the soldiers complained about. And so that's why I went with the A4 as well. It just has this one more attachment because if not, it would just be the jungle wrap and the jungle style mags, which I do like and it makes the gun better, but it wouldn't feel as Vietnam-esque. And also, of course, because this video would be way shorter if I just did the A3 because it would have less attachments. And also, if I didn't do the actual entire class setup, then this would be very short as well. The infantry choke as well does help horizontal recoil control. If you do want to actually play with this class setup, I would actually recommend it because it does feel really cool to play with and it's actually really good. The next attachment is a jungle style mag, and this does not need really any explaining, but I will go in depth with it as well. Now, many people don't know this, but duct tape was actually invented in World War II, and it was used for basic repairs on Jeeps. And so, when Vietnam rolled around, many troops would actually use duct tape to fix helicopter repairs, even though that sounds extremely unsafe, but it would get them back to base so that they could get actual repairs, and it would only last a short while. Soldiers also realized that it was easier to put a second magazine in the gun when you already have it attached to the first one. And not only was it easier to reload, but it was easier to refill when you actually got more ammo because once you returned to base and you could put ammunition in your magazine, it would be easier because you could do two of them at once. And I actually did look up the jungle grip was a real thing. It wasn't extremely popular, but it did exist. Some soldiers didn't like the fact that the M16 had a pistol grip because of the way the grips actually were, so they just put duct tape and also rubber bands around it. And even though it says it was grippier in this game, I don't really believe it would be any more grippy than the actual pistol grip was. Now, technically, you could say this game does not take place in Vietnam, and it actually takes place in the 80s. However, the A4 was actually in use up until the Gulf War in the 2000s. And also, if you haven't played the campaign, it is actually revolved around Vietnam, so I think that's a very cool thing because a lot of the guns in this game were used in Vietnam and were being phased out in the 80s, but they still existed. And also because Cartel is kind of like that because it's foresty, it has lots of vegetation and other stuff like that. And so with that, we will conclude the video. Make sure to like and subscribe and comment anything down below, such as what you thought of the video or future video ideas. And as always, I will see you all next time.